Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Pour. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Brian.
And since it is Memorial Day weekend, it's a really big weekend in Indiana because of the Indy 500 coming up on Sunday. Be sure to check that out. I always watch the race every year. It's my favorite day of the year, really.
When I was younger, you couldn't watch the race because it was blacked out, so you had to listen to it on radio.
It still is blacked out. So that was an Indy area.
Yeah, that was a tradition with my dad. I remember going out on the back porch and listening to it on radio.
Yeah,
so it's good memories.
Yeah, we're lucky down here. We're in southern Indiana, and we can get Louisville network, so we get to watch it. But our friends up in Indianapolis, they still can't. So unless they sell out the race. But anyway, we actually do though want to take time just to say, with Memorial Day coming up, that really encourage you to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And if you've lost someone in the military, our hearts go out to you. And we really appreciate the service. And if there is a Memorial Day service in your community, really encourage you to attend that on Monday or Sunday or whenever that occurs. Be sure to go out in your community and support those and remember those that we've lost. So cheers to those who have fallen. So let's take a sip. So since it's such a big weekend in Indiana, we decided let's talk about some of our favorite whiskeys from Indiana, Indiana distilleries. So Indiana actually is pretty rich with a lot of good distilleries, some that are newer, and of course MGP. I guess you could actually count Indiana among one of the biggest distilleries.
I just think about that.
We could really line it up. So, but we did narrow this list down to 6. So I got 3 of my favorite. Brian has 3 of his, and I think maybe I'll just go first, Brian. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to trudge over to Hard Truth. And they just put out their first bourbons this year, earlier in the year, around February. And they did a sweet mash bourbon. They did a bottled and bond wheat and a bottled and bond 4-grain. I really, really like the 4-grain, but I do really like this bottled and bond wheat. So
that's probably my favorite of the offerings that came out.
Yeah.
And since we're starting with Hard Truth, I might as well go with my first one. I'm also going to highlight Hard Truth,
right?
Which is the Sweet Mash Rye. This one was their first. It's a rye offering, but it's their first one that they put out. That there's their own distillate, and it was so amazing. It ranked so high on. I think Fred Minnick had it in his top 20 or something. It was phenomenal for as young as it is.
I think it's 2 years, right?
Yeah, it was super young. I think now maybe they're putting it at 4 years or closer to 4 years, but. I
have a pick that is almost 4 years old.
Yeah, but I think this was 2 years because this is the first batch. This is batch 1. Actually, I just opened this up. I'd had it sitting for about a year and a half since I bought it. But I decided I want to break it open. So
such a great distillery. We're super proud.
We're 40 minutes away, and it's hard to beat.
Yeah. So just really love it. So next one for the list. Well, you know what? We're gonna have same distilleries on 1 and 2. I'm gonna go with this Starlight. This is a single barrel offering selected by Christian Huber, and I picked that bottle up when we went on a barrel pick there with our friend Keith at Vic's Liquor Store. And I've only kind of nursed this, but man, it's really, really good. Proof was 114.8, so really, really good stuff. Love Starlight Distillery.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. We're showing some love to the same places. So this one is the single barrel, but it's the wheated offering. It comes in at 111.5 proof. It's 5.5 years old. Picked by the master distiller. You said. I thought it was Carl Huber's, but I may be saying that wrong.
No, Carl's the namesake. Christian's
Huber.
The one. Yeah.
Okay, so Christian Huber. As you know from us, we like the wheated offerings, and this one, that's actually what I'm sipping on right now.
Yeah.
Because it is the nose on it, and I think that might be the best part of it is the nose.
Yeah.
Even though it's super good on the palate, but this was something that for years we've always known it's here, or I've always known it's here, but I kind of slept on them until we went down there, and I just realized how good the stuff is.
Now we're real high on them. We're even hanging signs up in the bar with it. Well, we got 2 signs. I got new signs here, folks. So Hard Truth and Starlight represented really well on the wall and on the bar top. So
Indiana, if you want to get on our wall with the sign, we'll start supporting you. Just send us stuff.
That's right. Last bottle for me is Old 55 out of Newtown, Indiana. Makes some great stuff. This is their single barrel. This is 57% alcohol, whatever that is, proof-wise. 114 proof.
114.
Excellent distillery, excellent stuff. They're doing great things up there in Newtown, and they make a 100% sweet corn whiskey as well that I've heard really good things about that I've not been able to try yet. I would like to explore more offerings from Old 55, but
Yeah, I heard they just had a round of that going out.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal bottle. So.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, my last one is from is West Fork Distillery out of Indianapolis, or Westfield, I believe. But it's a Hugh Hamer. So a couple of years ago, I was able to go on a barrel pick, and we picked up this double oaked. Really cool process. Went down there and they wined and dined us, and we had fun. And you got to pick the barrel out. We did this Kindred Spirits in Bedford. That was their barrel pick, and Tom and Michelle let me go on the pick with them, and it was really cool. I had 2 bottles of this, and obviously you can see I don't have any left. But it was a very good offering. Their double oak is really good. Their standard offerings are good. But yeah, West Fork Distillery, like I said, definitely check them out. So.
What's the other distillery in Nashville or Gnawbone? I can think of their rye called
Bear Wallow.
Yeah. Honorable mention to them. That is a great distillery. They put out a lot of great products. They actually have a rye that's really good.
Yeah, the rye is
really good. What are some other distilleries in Indiana?
Hotel
Tango. Spirits of French Lick. We're just trying to give a little bit of love to some of the distilleries in Indiana.
There's a really small one in Columbus. It's a Savage.
Savage,
just down the road from us. So so we got some good places to go. Small places to go hang out.
Right.
I had an old fashioned at Bear Wallow, and the lady told me it was going to be the best old fashioned I ever had. It was close. it was so good. She made it with the rye, and it was phenomenal.
And we have a pub in town called Vat and Barrel, and they make old fashions. I think they actually use their rye in it.
Right, and it's all Indiana bourbons and everything they have that they sell.
Whether it's beer, wine, spirits,
it's all Indiana based.
All Indiana
really
produced.
Cool.
So if you're in Seymour, come by and say hi to us and check out Tom Gray at Vat and Barrel. He's going to be on an episode of the Bourbon Pour at some point.
Yeah.
We're gonna have him on. He's a busy guy. So all right. So what are your favorite bottles from distilleries in Indiana? Please let us know in the comments below. Have you had any of them? Is Hard Truth even in your state? If you're watching from a state that doesn't have Hard Truth yet, are you anticipating it, or Starlight, or any of these?
Or if you're not in Indiana, what are some of your favorites from your state that we may not know about?
Yeah, we need to look up those and try them. So if you're in Georgia, Tennessee, Virginia, whatever, let us know what your favorite bottles are from the distilleries in your state. We'd love to know. So with that, happy Memorial Day.
Yes, definitely.
And thank you to those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And when you're with your family and your friends, always share your whiskey.